Okay, I guess I'm live. Здравствуйте, Денис, здравствуйте. That's great. How are you? Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Ой, боже, настройки конфиденциальность вызвать на игру никогда. Как это сделать? Настройки, конфиденциальность. Это вот это, да? Preferences. Вызвать на игру? Не, это не то. Нет, это settings надо. А где settings? Hello, that's great. How to find settings here? It's preferences? Здравствуйте. Чаян here. Как вас зовут? У меня все отлично, спасибо. Только что закончила урок английского. Первое правильно было? То есть preferences. Вот этот. Then, no, it's not here. Privacy, maybe. Let other players follow you? No. Let other invite you to study, share you. No. Notifications. Streamer goes live. Challenges. No. Daily mail notification. Bell notification. No. I will ask. Теперь слева. Privacy. Game behavior. Change username. Security. Денис, давайте в следующий раз. Я как-то попробую разобраться. Вообще не знаю, что тут делать. Я потом посмотрю. Ничего страшного. Если отправят, отклоню просто. Окей. Let's start. I hope you are doing well. And you are ready to fight. To fight for the puzzles with me. Okay, let's start. Ну ладно, давайте это уже. Это потом. Разберусь обязательно. К следующему четвергу разберусь. So, okay, I hope you see my board. Everything is clear. And let's start. Вас зовут Чайл? Какое интересное имя. А вы откуда? Из какой страны? Oops, sorry. Okay, let's start. So, rook g2. They took something. Pawn? Yes, they took pawn. If king g2, then I must decide to take with king or with... No, with... in both variations, they can take on e1. King g2, queen e1, bishop h6. After queen g2, they can take with check. So it seems that king g2 is much more stronger. King g2, queen e1, bishop h6. They have check from f2, right? Queen f2 check. No, king h1. They can check from f1. No, bishop h6 is wrong. Maybe knight d6. King g2. Queen e1. Knight d6. Right? And I want to checkmate from g7. And there is no useful check for black. What about these moves? No, I'm losing my queen. So I have to take king g2. One more time, queen e1, knight d6. Queen d2, e2, f2. There is no useful check. Knight d6, and there is no protection from this checkmate threat, right? Let's try. King g2. Knight d6. Yes, let's take on e6. Why draw? Maybe they can check from g3. Takes. Bishop a7, rook takes, and then king g3. What is the problem? I don't understand. Knight d6, what is the problem? Maybe knight g5 to close my quiz way. That's strange. But if I take bishop h6, queen f2, it also doesn't work. Maybe queen e6. Queen e6, king h7, queen f5, king h8. I don't understand. Knight d2, maybe to distract the queen, but they can take on e3. Knight f5, e takes. Queen e6 here. Queen, where f5, king h8. I thought after knight e6 I can win. Knight g5. They just wanted to distract my bishop, and then queen f2, and at least maybe to repeat checks. Queen f1, king h2, because they can't check from g1. Just to repeat. But okay, knight d6, knight g5. I could take on a7 at first. Rook a7, then knight g5. And to continue with an extra knight. I don't understand. What is the problem? Oh, maybe. No. I thought maybe knight f3, but then they can take on e3. What to do here? Knight d6 is wrong. Bishop h6 is wrong. Rook a2 to try to join with rook queen e3. Knight c2. Knight c2. Queen is in a trap. Queen a5. I'm shocked. Knight c2. I'm shocked. Bishop h6 then. Queen d7. No, after bishop h6 they can check from f2 to repeat checks. Even, no, not to repeat. Bishop h6, queen f2, king h1, and then knight g3, forcing to sacrifice my queen, and I will lose there. No, knight c2. Queen a5, it's the only move. Just then to... Oh, my knight is on c2. Then to take on e6. And white has an extra piece. I'm shocked. Queen g3. I'm just to take. I'm shocked. Well, I liked it. Let's go forward. Окей, it's чешское имя, да, Чаян? Как интересно. Да, действительно сложная задачка была. Окей, let's go forward. G6. Knight G5, G6. H7 check. King H8. Queen D4 check. Queen G7, Knight F7. King H7. F takes G6. If queen takes G6, then Queen H8 may checkmate, but they can take King G6. No, I don't like it. H7, one more time. King H8. Maybe I can sacrifice the knight. Knight F7, Queen F7. Sorry, F takes G6. Queen G7. Oh, then Queen C8. One more time. H7. King H8. Knight F7. Queen takes. F takes G6. They must block, right? Queen G7. Then to check from C8. To checkmate, by the way. In F8 we checkmate. Okay. What if H7, King G7? Oh, then F6. If they take H... Oh no, they take with check, unfortunately. I wanted them to force to attract to F6 and H8 and then to check from D4 and to take on H8, but it will be with check. Okay, H7, King G7. Okay, F6, King F6, Queen D4 at first, and then to help my pawn. For example, King G5 and H8. Am I right? H7, King G7. F6, King H8. Okay. Now if Knight F7, Queen F7, and now my pawn is on F6. They can take on G6. What if I take immediately Knight F7? Queen takes. Okay. To take on G6. Pawn takes. Rafik, hello. How are you? Queen F7. F takes G6. Queen where? F6. And just then Queen C8. I was calculating H7, but now I feel that maybe I'm mistaken, I don't know, but I feel that after King G7 I have nothing interesting. That's great. I'm sorry, Rafik, I'm not able to play quickly. Even when you see me online, it doesn't mean then that I'm free, I can play. It means that when I'm online and not live, it means that I am at my lessons with my students. So I will try to continue today. Okay. H7, no, F6, King H8. Let me take immediately. Knight F7. Queen takes, F takes. Just then Queen C8. If they take with King, so much more better for white. Okay. I will take with pawn. F takes G6. King G8. Queen E6. King H8 G7. Winning a queen. Okay, let's take on F7 with knight. It's wrong. Why it's wrong? Why it's wrong? Hello. Haven't seen you in a while. Hello, how are you? I don't understand why knight f7 is wrong. It's unfair. Nothing interesting for black. Well, okay, let's check. I was calculating h7, but after king g7 I didn't know how to continue. After king g7 I could check from e6 to distract this knight, this pawn. Then to take queen g6, king h8. Then to... Why not? Maybe to take with this pawn. D takes e6, even d5. Discover a check. Just to escape to h3. Unfortunately. I thought after king g7 I have to play f6. I didn't like that position. But I missed knight d6, queen g6, and then d takes e6 with a winning position. Okay, king h8, and now knight f7. It's again wrong. Maybe queen d4, f6, knight d6. I'm shocked. F takes g6, queen d4, queen g7, takes, knight d6. Okay, it's acceptable for me, but I don't understand why my idea to take on f7 is wrong. Why? Let's analyze. For example, queen f7, I wanted to take. Well, maybe they can play queen e7, check, and to close. And then to block these pawns. Maybe that's why. It's too hard. I was completely sure that it's correct. I even couldn't imagine that they can block these pawns. Unfortunately. Okay, h7 takes queen e4. Okay, let's go forward. F takes e3. Will I have to take on e3 or just to push the pawn to g7? G7 maybe. G7. Rook g8. And then rook b2 takes g8, takes f2. Just a second, please. I want to understand how many seconds is my delay. Ой, Денис, я только что вспомнила, что я не показываю ни соперников, ни эти темы. Я так расстроилась, что аж забыла об этом. Господи, вот в этот раз не забуду. Okay, to take first, f takes e3. What if they play king f6? To try to block king h6. Rook b8. g7. G7. King f7, for example. King f7. I don't know. G7 maybe at first. Why you were talking in any language? I knew that my English is very bad, but I thought that my English is a little bit simple and understandable for my viewers. No? Is it difficult? Okay. Не расстраивайтесь, все хорошо. Спасибо большое. Ну, постараюсь. 2 проигрыша. Так, окей. G7. If they take on f2, then I can promote. G7, they must play rook b8. Rook b2, trying to distract the black's rook. For example, they take rook b2. I promote. Queen. They take on f2. I check. King d5. If I take, so they can promote also. G7. Rook b8. Rook b2. Rook takes. G8. He takes f2. Queen, where? Queen g3. No. Queen g7. King d4. Takes f1. Oh, just a second, please. G7. Rook b8. Maybe I can take, they take, and now not to promote, but at first to check f4. What do you think about this idea? f4, they take, for example. Also, they can take with ampersand capture, right? Let's calculate at first king f4. I promote, they play e2, trying to promote as well. Then I check from g5. king f3, g4, king f3. No. If I check at first from g4, king e5, queen g7, king somewhere, queen b2, e1, it's the same. Let's play g7 and I will decide. I don't know. g7, rook b8, one more time, and then I will play. g7, rook b8, rook b2, they take. No, I feel g7, rook b8, g7, rook b8, to take, f takes e3. Now I want to take on b2. They play king f6. Now I have a question. And now what is the difference if I take at first between these two variations? I take at first on e3, king f6, king h6. And the second variation, if I play at first g7, rook b8, just then to take on e3. What is the difference? Bro, just push the pawn. Bro, it's me. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. g7, then rook b2. Okay. Push the pawn. Take the pawn. You have a file. Check if king. Yes, you're right. Push the pawn. Take the king comes closer. No, it's puzzle solving. It's not a game. Okay, let's play g7. I really don't know what is the difference. Okay, it's correct. I'm lucky. Your English also okay. Thank you so much. So g7, rook b8, and just now to take. I take. They play king f6. Then if I take rook b2, rook g8, king h6. They can take on g7 because I can check to force them to go away, just then to take on g7, right? It's correct. If king f6, then rook b2, right? I was saying from starting. Yes, let's take. I hope it's correct. I don't want to lose again. Oh, I know, it's correct. Let's go forward. Just a second. Okay, so bishop e5. They took knight. Bishop e5. Now I must decide how to take, with this pawn or with another. Pawn takes e3. It is maybe about the previous position. О, Денис, я прошу прощения, я опять забыла, господи. А потом от радости забыла уже. Every time I forgot about One of my viewers asked me to go down to show the players. Oh, this player is a cheater. He asked me to show the players and also the themes, the topics about the puzzle. And every time I forget about that function. Everything is hanging after queen takes d5. Queen d5. Let's calculate. If they take on c3, queen d7, queen d7. For example, queen c1 check, king f2. How to hide from that checks? Queen d2. If rook e2, then they can take on d4 with check. King g3. Is it possible to escape from checks? Hello, Дэниел Барретелси. Hello. Слезы счастья сменяются. Господи, вы напоминайте, пожалуйста, это просто невозможно. Я забываю все время. I don't know. Queen d5, queen c3, queen d7, queen c1, king f2, queen d2, king g3, king g3, queen d3, king h4. They even... no. They can check from f6. Don't take on e4. Okay. King g4. It's very dangerous. I don't know. Even they can repeat checks. Queen d1. I don't believe that the king can escape from checks. Not to miss something there for white. I'm afraid of taking this pawn. I don't know. Rook takes bishop. And just to continue with two pieces against the rook. Rook takes bishop, knight takes. Pawn takes. I agree with that continuation, because if I try to take, they also will take my rook. They will have an extra quality. Rook e5. Knight takes. Is there any difference how to take that knight? With this pawn or with another? Okay, let's take with rook, then I will say. I'm shocked. Rook e5 is wrong. I don't believe. I don't believe. Hello everyone. I'm shocked. Just rook back. Rook e1. Bishop d4. Check. Rook e2. Bishop d4. Check. Would it be right? Queen d5. Queen c3. I was 100% sure that queen d5 is wrong. If takes c5 and you are fine. What if they take the rook? Queen d5. Queen c3. Well, maybe then I can take the bishop and to continue with an extra pawn. It's also wrong. It's also wrong. It's also wrong. Everything is wrong. I don't believe. So rook goes back. Rook e1. Bishop d4. King h1. Rook e1. Bishop takes. Rook e3. After bishop d4, we can take and protect the rook. What if they check from c1 and then king f2 to protect? Okay. No, also not right. Okay. Let's go down. So, crushing middle game short panel. And here are the players. Okay. Let's go forward. King b6. Check, check, check. Queen d4. No, queen d4. Let's eliminate queen d4. We don't want to trade. What if rook c6, b takes c6? Hello, hi everyone. We are messing up her rating chant. Let's watch the master, right? Such a difficult English. What does it mean, messing up her rating chant? Rook c6, b takes c6. Queen. Queen. d8. b4. b8. No. Queen d8. King a7. Queen a5. King b8. Well. Knight d4, queen d1, queen h1, checkmate. Queen b4, king c7, queen a5, no. Queen c5, king c7, queen e7, king b6. No, knight d4 will not work. I will get checkmate from h1. Queen d8, king a7, knight d4. I guess it's the same. Queen d1, king h2, and queen h1 with checkmate. Queen d8, king a7. Maybe queen d8, king a7, rook c5. With this idea, checkmate. No, knight d4 completely doesn't work because of this checkmate threat. Queen d1, it's with checks. So I even can't take on c6. I think queen d8 and rook c5 is an interesting threat because they have no useful check. If they try to take, they have no time for checkmate. I will checkmate immediately. Queen d8. Here. If b6, rook c6, queen f3, for example. Just then, queen b6, king a8, rook c6, c8. What do you think? Yes, queen d8, king a7, and rook c5. What if they play king b5? Oh, just then knight d4 with check. Okay, I'm playing. Okay, king a6, I think it's the same. Rook c5. Yes, and even, yes, queen a5, rook a5. No protection there. Bishop b5. Check here. No. Takes. No. Knight d4. Check. King c4. No. Just a second, please. Now I think I can take. And after check. No. Because after king h2 they can continue. Sorry. Sorry, how can I mute my microphone? I'm a little bit sick and I speak a lot, so that's why. Okay, let's continue. Bishop b5. Maybe to checkmate from a8, rook c8, rook a8. Sorry, I must turn on my microphone. Just a second, please. Turn off, I mean. Okay, now I feel everything is okay. Can you hear me? I turned on the microphone. Rook c8 with this threat. If they go back, bishop c6, rook a8, king b5. Maybe again knight d4 with check. It's very important moment, I feel. And I can make mistake here. Queen a8, king b6, rook b5. No, I don't like it. Queen d6, king a7. The same. Rook c8. Bishop c6. Rook a8, king b5, queen a5 check, king c4, king c4. My rook is very far. Let's try one more time. Knight d4, king c4. No, I don't like it. Checkmate with the knight. Maybe to sacrifice king b5, queen b7, king c4. Rook c8, king b5, knight d4, king c5. Rook c8, they play bishop c6, check here, knight d4, king c4. And what to do then? Knight c6, knight c6, and we control d1 square. Let's continue. Okay. Okay, finally. Okay, knight c6. No, king b5, knight d4. Rook a8, king b5, knight d4, yes. And after king c4 or king c5, no difference. I think after king c5 I could continue queen d6. King c4, then knight c6. To have a winning position, then to take check and to take on g4. Okay, let's go forward. Let's go down. Here are the players and crushing endgame, quiet move, very long puzzle. Okay, let's go forward. Levon Vartanyan, hello. So, king d6. Hello everyone. So at first glance I feel h6. It's interesting move, h6. They maybe can continue king c6, rook b8. Can I play h7 there? King c6, h7, king b5, h8. And it's winning for white. Or they can survive there. h6, king c6, rook b8. Rook a5 check, king g6 for example, then rook b5. Rook b5 takes, h7, b2, h8, b1, and then to check on... but I shouldn't play king g6. Their b1 will be with check. One more time, h6, king c6, rook b8, rook a5, and king g4, for example. G4 or g4, 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 rook b5 takes, h7, b2, h8, b1, rook, queen b8, and take on b1. Rook b4 is important. Right now, rook b4. Really? Rook b4. Not rook b8, but rook b4. King c6, rook b4. Rook a5. That's the idea. King g4. King g4. Rook b5. It's the same. Well, let's play h6. I don't know. Let's try. And it's the key moment. King c6. Rook b4. What is the difference? Rook b4, rook b8. I guess there is really a big difference, but I can't understand. Rook b4. Rook a1. It's a theoretical position. Rook a1, even leaving this pawn. Rook b3. It will be draw. They can check, for example. King f6. They can control my pawn, king g7, and just to come closer with king. No, just a second. King d7. And after h7 to check, to force me to hide behind the pawn and to come closer on this draw. Skewer at the end. But I feel that they will leave this pawn under attack. They just want to start to control and to come closer with king. Rook b4 helps you to go h5 in future. h4 maybe you mean. Rook h4. h6 king. c6. It's very hard. Such a difficult puzzle. Check your line. h6, king c6, rook b4, rook a5, check. The problem is that I don't think that they will check. I think they will go to a1. But then after h7, just to close, and after checks, to close from the fourth line. Well, then they can take and b2, h8, b1. What do you think about it? One more time. Rook b4, rook a1. a1 just to take on b3. They are going to check. King f6. Or maybe we can go back. King h4. If check, then rook a3. But what if they don't check? They go rook g8, h7, rook h8, and how to protect this pawn? Okay, rook g7. I'm not forced to play h7 immediately. I can come closer. King h5, or at first to cut their king, just then to come closer. Take the pawn, king h4, pushing h7 first. Let's play rook b4, right? Okay, king c5. Don't waste time. But also I don't want to lose a rating. It's really hard. Do my line. I hope you did not use an engine, right? What your rating is? King c5. Well, what if h7 now? King b4, h8. No, I feel it must be true. c5. What if rook b8? Rook b8. If rook h7, then to take on b3. That's winning. Rook b8 now. Rook b8. In that position, when the king was on c6, rook b8 wouldn't work because of rook a5, rook b5. But I guess I had to calculate it, that variation. That I could go back and then to win a queen on b1. What is the difference? Rook b8. h7, king before h8, rook a2. No, that's impossible to win there. So I must do something with my rook. But why not rook b7? They can continue king c6 just to attack, to repeat. Rook b7, king c6, rook b4, king c4. Maybe just that's why rook b8. But also, rook b7, it is far from their pawn, right? King c6, then I can continue h7, king b7, h8. Now I want to play queen b2, so they must, for example, play rook a2. My queen is on h8, king is on b7, rook is on a2. And now to play queen c3, and after b2 to check and then to take the rook. Why not? Rook b8. Please explain what is the difference between rook b7 and rook b8. Why should I play rook b8? Why not to b7? Rook b7, king c6, h7. The same. And play queen h1. Rook b8, rook a7, rook b3, king d6, king g6, king. No, they can come down. Rook a1, h7 to check. It's a draw. Rook b8, no extra tempo, h4 then h1. One more time. Rook b8, rook a7, king g6, rook a6 check, king g7, rook a7, king g8, king c4. Oh, Just a second, please. Rook b8. Rook a7. I feel somewhere they can sacrifice their rook and then to come closer with king and to help their pawn, and it would be draw. But I must decide where to put. Rook b7, rook a8, and just to eat immediately. Rook b8, rook a7, and then to take on b3. Which one? Rook b8. Yes, rook b8, because after rook b7 maybe they can continue king c4, h7, and rook a8. Then maybe to try to play rook h8 and to take on h7. Just that's why rook b8. If king c4, then h7. They can control the pawn. If rook a7, then to take immediately. After rook b7, king c7, isn't there rook a5? After rook b7, king c6, h7, rook a5, check. Maybe, but I think that after rook b7 they will play king c4 just to protect the pawn, and after h7 to control rook a8. Even after rook g7 trying to cut the rook's way, they would play rook h8 and to sacrifice the rook later, then to promote their pawn and to make a draw. Okay, I play rook b8. Is correct. b2. Every time problems. After each move, again problem. So b2, h7, rook h3, take the pawn. I feel I have time. I can leave this pawn here. It's mine, right? They can't jump 2 steps and to protect the pawn, so I have time. I can at first push. For example, rook h3, then to play king g6, then, for example, king d6, rook b2, but it's true. It's true. When they are closer to my pawn, so it's true. Even if they can't block it. Just a second, please. h7, rook h3. Rook b2. King d6. Rook h2. No, it's winning for white. Rook b2, they must play rook h3. And rook d2. Oh my god, I explained to my students this position, but I forgot about it. I can cut If I'm not mistaken, I said about that variation in the beginning. Rook b2, rook h3, rook d2. To cut the king's way, just then, to come closer, to push the pawn, they will check, I can escape, and just then to play rook f2, rook f8, and rook g8. It's 4 lines, am I right? Between the king and the pawn, so it's winning. If there are 3 lines, if my rook is cutting from this line, so it's draw. I have no time to play here, here, here. They can immediately come closer and to close my king in the corner. Am I right? Just a second, please. One more time. Rook b2, rook h3, and rook d2 to cut their king's way. Let's try. I don't want to say that I'm 100% sure. I hesitate every time. But okay, 99%. It's correct. I thought that I know this position by heart. Even during puzzle solving, it's really very hard. During a real game, it would be impossible. Okay, let's go forward. So the opponents. It's very interesting for me. For white, for example, the rating 1705. In that level, do they know such theoretical positions? Because it's hard position. Or maybe they accidentally played, or maybe it's Lichess analysis. Okay, maybe I'm mistaken. So, crashing endgame, rook endgame, very long puzzle. Yes, Rafik, there are some theoretical positions which I knew that I know them by heart, I thought. But in practical games, it's really hard to use your knowledges. Okay, let's continue. So, king c2. Why are you playing normal? You should go for hardest. No, I think I am not able to solve hardest positions because hardest it's plus 600 points. Can you imagine? For example, I barely solve these positions. Can you imagine? They put me puzzles, for example, 3,300 rating. It would be completely impossible for me to solve it. No, normal is okay for me. Even here, you see, I lose many times, very often. So king c2. What do they want from us? Can I trap the rook? Rook d2. Takes, and then rook e2. And it's an opposition. Then I can come closer and to win the pawns. Just a second, please. King e3. They must go rook d2. Bishop g4. And no difference. They will take with this pawn or with another. Then rook e2. They have to take king e2 opposition. For example, king c1, king e3, d1. So my king is on e3, their king is on d1, and I'm faster. King f4, king e2, king f5, king f2, king g4 with a winning position. Or if they take with this pawn, my king was on e3, theirs on d1, king f4, king e2, king g5, king f2. If I take h5, they will take on g3 at first, then on g2, and it would be draw. Hello everyone, здравствуйте. Здравствуйте. Помогайте, пожалуйста. Сложная задача попалась, как всегда. So, one more time. King e3, rook d2, takes. Of course, they will take with this one. Rook e2, takes, king c1. King c1. King e3, king d1, king f4, king e2, king g5, king f2, even king h4. King h4 I will lose. King g2, king h5, king g3. I thought this must be easy. King e3, rook d2. One more time. Maybe immediately rook e2 without taking. Let this pawn to stay here on f5. So they must take rook e2, and now bishop e2. If they take bishop e2, king e2, king c1, then I'm closer. King e3, f4, f5. If they king e3, rook d2, rook e2 takes, bishop takes. If they play, for example, king c3 or c1, no difference. I'm winning a tempo. King c1, for example. Now bishop if g4, even if they take with this pawn, my king is on a3, theirs is on c1. In that variation, their king was on d1. So now I can play king f4, king d2, g5, e2, h5. Yes, I'm faster. Let's play king e3. Okay, rook e2, rook e2. Okay, just a second please, I have to turn off my microphone. Okay, so here I said bishop e2, right? Maybe king e2. No, king e2, I will be not so close to this pawn. After king e2, they can continue, for example, king c3, king e3. What is the difference? Bishop e2. Ah, I feel no. I thought that after bishop e2 they can play f4 check, just to be free with their bishop. But f4 check, okay. G takes f4. Even if they play bishop f5, okay, I will take on h5. It's the same colored bishops, right? With 2 extra pawns, I can win. So what is the difference, king e2 or bishop e2? It's the key moment. Oh, thank you so much. She is very beautiful. Thank you. So, bishop e2. One is correct. Bishop e2 or king e2. Which one? Bishop e2. If they take, it's clear. It's winning for white. King c3. King e3. King c1. King e3. Here. Takes. Oh, it's draw. It's draw. Bishop e2. They will take king e2, king c1, king e3, king d1, king f4, king e2, king f5, king f2, king g5. No difference to take on g2 or on g2. Of course, king g3 is much more stronger than take on g2. Bishop e2 takes king c1, king e3, king d1, king f4, e2, f5, f2. Even if I play king f4, they will take on g2, and this draw. So I have to take on e2 with king. Hello. Can I play a match? Let's play on Monday. Next Monday we play again with viewers, but in 2 weeks we will play the next tournament with prize fund. What will you do after bishop e2, king c1? I was going to take on g4, then immediately to come closer, king f4. I was faster there. But after bishop e2, I guess they would take, and king c1, and it's draw. So maybe really king e2. King e2, king c1. And king c1. And now maybe at first king e3, not to take immediately. At first king e3, because they can't play king d1. I can't come to d1 because of my bishop. Okay, on Monday I will be prepared. That's great. Thank you for the stream, your donation. Oh my god. Oh, you made a donation. Thank you so much. It's really a big problem for me. I really don't know how to adjust it. If I'm not mistaken, I put that source, but I'm not sure if I was correct. For example, last time someone donated, and I even couldn't find that person who donated. I just made a post in YouTube. I was very thankful, but I really don't know, didn't know who was that person. Thank you so much. I will try to adjust it. Cash prize sounds exciting. Glad to see the tournament growing. Okay, and one more remind. This time we will play how to say that, there will be not so strict rules, but a little bit strict rules compared with the previous tournament, because during our first tournament with prize fund, we had a lot of cheaters. So we found, of course, them with the help of Lichess, but not the winners weren't cheaters. They were normal players, really. I've checked all their games, but this time I will time increment. Of course, it will be time increment. This time there will be rule at least 50 rated games. 50 rated games in Lichess. So the last time during the previous tournament, there was player, not one player. There were players just registered. They had no rating, just 1500, and three, if I'm not mistaken, three of them were cheaters. So that's why I decided to make such rule, at least 50 rated games to have a normal rating, so it would be clear if that player is cheater or not. Of course, I will check after the tournament. Of course, I will continue checking all games, but okay, there will be a rule about rated games. Stressful to see. No time increment. No, it was not last time. Last time there was increment. I organized 2 tournaments. During the first tournament, there wasn't increment, but it was without prize fund. But last tournament, the second one, was with time increment and with little prize fund. But okay, it was a great motivation for me too. Even though I said that if I take some place, I will not count my how to say that, myself as a winner. Was it the first one? Looks like I missed the second. Yes, maybe you missed it. First place had $20, the second place $15, and the third place $10. For me, it was very interesting. I asked my one of my students who lives in USA. I asked, for example, what he can buy for I asked for $20. Yes, I asked about $20 in USA. He answered that he can buy six. No, he said 3 burgers with coffee each for each burger. 3 burgers with coffee for $20. In Armenia, I think we can buy 5 burgers with coffee. That's the difference. In Armenia, it's a little bit cheaper. Okay, hello everyone. So, groceries probably. Yes. Mm-hmm. Some fruits, vegetables, I don't know. So I think that it's not bad. It's a motivation. Found your channel just recently. Wish you success. Thank you. Oh, you are Armenian, Arthur Greek. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now I'm working on my second channel. It will be for beginners from the very beginning, from the board, squares, lines, from pieces. So if you have, I don't know, if you have children, if you have relatives who have children and they want to learn chess, that channel will be for them. So okay, let's decide what to do here. I wanted to take with king. King e2. King e2. If they play king c1, then to return to e3. If to take, well, let's take with this one. King d1, king f4, king e2, king f5, king f. It's again draw. I'm shocked. King e2, king c1, king e3, bishop f3, maybe king f3, king d1, f5, e2, f4, e2, f5, f2. It's again draw. I'm shocked. What is the prize fund on your tournaments? The first place, the second, and the third place. 3 places. The first place $20, the second 15, and the third place is $10. And also I made prize, not prize, just a little gift, Lichess wings for the winner among 9000 level. I was searching that winner for a long time because I said that 3 players were cheaters among below the rating 1900. But finally I found it. I found the winner. You give Anna crumbling vibes, to be honest. I like her very much. She is great in my opinion. Nice. I will be very happy for that collaboration, but I don't think that for her it will be interesting. Maybe as a chess player, I'm not bad. I'm international master, women's international master. But as a chess blogger, as a chess streamer, I'm little for her. So that's why maybe someday I must to work harder. Okay, I'm shocked to tell the truth because I don't know what to do. To take on e2, king e2, king c1. I feel that it's draw. King e3, bishop f3, pawn takes, king d2. No, they can't come closer. My king is on e3. Okay, king d1. There is no difference. f4, king e1, king d4, king f2, king, no, king f4, king e2. Let's calculate one more time. Bishop e2. I was sure that bishop e2 is wrong. Bishop takes, king takes. Bishop takes, king takes. King c3, king e3. Okay. King c1. King e3, king d1, king f4, king e2. It's strong. Bishop e2 takes, king c1. No, bishop e2. It's I'm sure that it's wrong. It's draw. Takes, king c1. This is the only option. There is no other option to check. Bishop e2, bishop e2, king e2, king c1. Okay, one more time. King e2, king c1. What is the difference? Why to play king c1 if they can take king f2, king d2, f4, e2, f2, and make a draw. King e2, bishop f3 immediately. G takes f3. King e2 looks better. Triangulation maybe. To create a triangle. For example, here king e3, king d1, king f4, king e2. King e2, bishop f3. King f3, king d2, king f4. King e2, king f5, king f2. Takes, takes. King c1. f4 doesn't work, right? f4, king c2. No, it doesn't work. King e2, king c1. No, king e2 takes, takes, king c1. King f2, g2, h2. No, it's too long. They can come closer. King d2, e2, and to take on f3. Rook e2. So let's decide what to do. To take with bishop, let's eliminate this variation. Bishop e2, they will take king e2, king c1, king d3, d4, yeah, king f3, king d2. Bishop e2 takes, takes. Maybe king e3, not to allow them, but what is the difference? King d1, king f4, d2, f5, f2. Easy draw. I don't know what to do. And the same with king e2. Sorry for long calculations, but I really don't know what to do. King e2. Bishop f3. King e2, f4. Takes, g takes. Bishop takes g4. Takes. The problem is that they will take on f3. Bishop f3. King takes. King d2. If I take with pawn, king c1. King e3, d1. It will be so pity if I lose. I don't want to lose some points. King e2, king c1, king e1, king c2. In this draw, I want to win. Actually played to see. Yes, we have played. In the first game, I won. In the second, I lost. He won. Bishop f3, g8. takes f4, then going for h5, play king to take. King c1. Your idea is to play f4, king c2, and then to play king f3, d3, g2, here, h3, here, h4, here. Really? That was your idea, not mine. But it's correct, I guess. Yes. And it's over. But it was your idea, which is correct. Bishop f3, g takes f3, king c1, and f4. I was looking every time this way. But they also could manage to come closer to eat this one and to promote this one. I forgot about this way, and I forgot that after taking here, they take on g3 and I can play king g5 to protect and also to attack their pawn. That was great. Thank you so much. What your rating is? f4, for example, here, king f3, king g2, king h4, king g5. That was great. Hello, hi everyone. Yes, I took gold medal. It was 2013. I played 2 times, 2 years among our. I was in our national team, Armenian women national team. I was so young. I was 23 and 24 years old at that time. Okay. So let's finish for today in this good note. Even though it was with your great help, thank you so much. But I'm satisfied. At first I started with 2 losses, but okay. So it's here are the players and crushing endgame and long puzzle. Will you play with me? That's great. You have a great level. Let's play on Monday, please. Let's finish for today. Today it was puzzle solving day. Next Monday we will play with viewers, and in 2 weeks again to organize a tournament with prize fund. Okay, thank you, Rafik. Thank you so much. For me too. For example, on Monday, it was playing with viewers. I felt so bad. I'm a little bit sick, and on Monday I felt very bad. I wanted at first in the morning, I wanted to write that today I wouldn't go live because I feel very bad. But then something happened, and it was unusual for me. It's like a great pastime for me, my live stream. So how to say that? I cut from daily routine. I'm divided. Can I say so? I'm divided from daily routine, from domestic jobs, from every problem of this world. So for me, it's a great pastime too. And I decided not to miss on Monday to go live, even though I felt very bad. But I was very satisfied because really after the live stream, I feel very good. Okay, thank you so much. Looking forward. You are 2683 Lichess. I will not play with you. If I play just unrated game. Rewind when you upload. Okay. You are 1600 Philia. So you should play over the board games to raise your rating. So, okay, let's finish for today. Thank you so much, as usual. I'm so happy and I'm very thankful to you. Take care of you and goodbye.